Hi, what's wrong with me, right? This is a common question we ask ourselves when we don't feel right. You don't have to be sick necessarily, but you just don't feel completely 100%. You don't feel like yourself all the way. You know something's not quite right. And it could be headaches or digestive problems or like respiratory issues or a million other things. It just makes you know something is just not right for you. And it's not something necessarily really serious, but you just know something's off in your body and you want to figure it out so you can fix it and feel your best again. And I find the first place that most people turn is to their diets, right? Which is a great start, of course, right? It's what we're building our bodies with, so it makes sense that we want that maybe there's an issue going on there. Hey, Eli, so excited to have you here. Quickly, people wonder if it's something they're eating that's not working for them, like a food sensitivity, um, or, and that can be the case for sure. I had really bad environmental allergies, and when I stopped eating gluten, um, all the time, they just went away, and it totally changed my life. So food sensitivities are totally real and can make a huge difference once you figure out what it is and stop eating that. But there's more going on with our health than simply food sensitivities. I see that 100% of the time. Like, it wasn't only the gluten for me with the allergies. There was other things involved, and once I addressed everything, that's what really made the difference. But the gluten was huge. I would say that was like 80% of the whole thing. One of the things I see is like, are you absorbing your nutrients, right? That's a really big deal. Even if you're eating perfectly, are you getting those nutrients into your body where you need them so that your cells can use them, the tissues can use them? And if you're not eating perfectly, which is pretty much all of us, are you even getting everything you need for your body into your mouth, let alone into your bloodstream and to the cells, right? So it makes a really big difference. Those nutrients are what you need or what your body needs to function optimally. And if you don't have those, you can't function optimally, right? So it could be just as simple as you're not getting all your nutrients in, even if you're eating really well. So that's a big trick as well. And what's the deal there, right? So let's just go on the premise that you're eating perfectly, which again, nobody is, so we're probably not getting all the nutrients we need in our diet. But I see nutrient deficiencies in literally every single client that I work with all the time. How in the world are we going to be healthy if we can't get the nutrients out of our food, let alone if we're not eating the food? And what's going on with that, right? Why are we not getting all the nutrients? Usually find there's something else at work under all the symptoms and all of the nutrient deficiencies as well, right? So you're eating healthy foods, you're not getting everything in, something else is going on there. Something's preventing that absorption. Something's causing those food sensitivities, right? It's just not natural to have tons and tons of food sensitivities. Yes, sugar's not good for us, or gluten's not good for us, but you ought to be able to eat something once in a while and not have really extreme reactions to it, unless of course you have like a full-on allergy, and that's a totally different thing, of course. So something is always underlying what's keeping us from feeling completely great, feeling our best, because we're really supposed to feel great all of the time, right? Yes, of course, there's up and down days, but generally speaking, I really mean it. We should all feel really good, most like 95% of the time, like with lots of energy, have great health, fight off sickness easily, have low stress, feel at peace, no anxiety, no hormonal issues, etc. Right? So if that's not what your reality is like, then something is wrong. But what is it? And doctors don't necessarily know, and they just give you something to deal with the symptoms, but the problem's still there. And the drugs don't make you feel totally awesome, which again is really all of our natural state. So it's so frustrating and often downright depressing to try and figure it out. You know something's off, but what is it? And how do you figure it out? Things that can be underlying issues can be like molds or parasites or chemicals and pesticides and heavy metals and, you know, viruses, bacteria. I mean, it just goes on and on, let alone if you are absorbing all of your nutrients. So if you want to read more about this, I'm here to help, and I'm, you know, want to help educate you. If it's interesting to you and you want to read more about it, just click on the link to learn more. I wrote a whole blog about, you know, what's wrong with me, what's making me not feel my best. I'm Sheridan Semple. I'm the owner of Aspen Holistic Health. I'm a holistic health practitioner, a clinical nutritionist, and clinical aromatherapist. And I just want to help you feel the best you've ever felt, really, because I think that's really how we all can feel all the time. All right. Thanks for taking the time to be here with me today. Bye.